Alamak.
Happy Taipusam, happy Chakome. Welcome to JomUnited, alright? We are Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. Okay, guys, we're going to jump straight into it. What a wonderful evening of football. Okay, not because we played well, okay, because we secured the 3 points. Arsenal lost. Okay, like Smurf mentioned, they are downhill all the way down already from the top of the mountain. And also Liverpool, all right, trailing 2-0 at what 10 minutes. Come on lah, brother. Come on lah.
Makan
Best
telo.
team of the century. Come on lah. Pergi tidur lah, all right. Pergi tidur, all right. So let's jump straight into the Manchester United Crystal Palace game. All right, Smurf. My question to you, all right, in a reverse fixtures about 2 weeks ago, right, Eric Ten Hag came out saying that he's actually not happy with the results of the game, whereby the players, they lost their concentration, all right, they weren't playing with their 100% best, all right. Do you think that this game, Eric Ten Hag is happy with the end product of the game?
I think he should be happy with the end product of the results at the end of the day. But I still feel that he should question his substitution timing. First half, second half, Anthony was utter rubbish. To be honest, he was utter rubbish. Yes, we won the game. I'm happy about it. But yeah, going to pick on particular individual. He was utter rubbish, and ETH from the sideline, he should have made a decision. And he has Sancho on the bench. Yes, Sancho is coming back after a few months of being not in the team. But what about 20? Give Sancho 20-25 minutes to play, and if that were to actually happen, we would actually have not got Casemiro a red card, and this disrupts the team because our next game is basically in about 4 days from now, 3 days after that against Leeds, and then of course Casemiro will play against Barca, and right after that we will lose him against Leicester unless we do an appeal, and hopefully we will get something out of it.
If like comparing to the previous games, I think even in this game, apart from the red card, before the red card incident, I think defensive wise we were very, very solid. I think that the key positive from this game and the reverse fixture was definitely our defense, all right. The forward, okay, like Smurf was mentioning, Anthony, all right, Anthony. Moving forward, we are talking about going to the top 4, fighting for our first trophy of after 8 years or 7 years and whatnot. Are you worried about our forward, there's no sense of like creativity or whatnot? Clearly, all right, seriously, we are missing Martial, all right. Yes, he's injured and whatnot, right? But then are you really worried at this point?
To be honest, worried probably not lah, because yes, of course it can be a lot better, and we know for a fact that our forward is memang not great lah, and that's something that we may not know. Smurf doing some DJ stuff.
Smurf has turned the music today, all right. So
DJ Smurf.
No,
but ultimately, Anthony aside lah, I think we do have enough firing power up front. Yes, we are missing our number 9, whether it's Martial or whether it's in the form of another striker or forward. In summer, we definitely can be a lot more potent up front. Like you said, we are really missing the creativity. But just having the whole defense section and the midfield section not so shaky.
Jittery.
Last time when some players were there, I don't want to say name you can see when we get the ball, everybody is like nervous, Now it's like calm, like it's like, don't worry guys, we got this. So at least that itself will, because yes, we may not be scoring as many goals, but not conceding so many goals also is how you can win, right? True. It's okay. We can't get the Premier League this season. It's okay, never mind. If ETH also already said, Eric Ten Hag also said that it wasn't his goal to get it in the first season, right? So I think the most important thing now is, like I think Doc also has shared before, just continue to win our games. We cannot afford to lose unnecessary points. To be honest, just now that 2-1 also was unnecessarily, difficult towards the end. Absolutely unnecessary. We should have just buried it and then just won it and be done with it. You look at our players towards the end, Bruno and all, these guys were still running like mad, towards the end. And like what Smurf was saying, right? Hey guys, we have a lot of games coming up in very short period of time. We cannot just be wasting energy unnecessarily. So, but to just wrap it up, I think I'm not absolutely worried up front because we have Garnacho, we have Rashford as well also, right? And all these players, I think we can definitely still score goals regardless.
Okay, Smurf. Okay, I mean, just to add on from what Mark is mentioning, maybe right now our expectations. Okay, we go for the results, we go for the points. Okay, the football attacking wise, the goals might not be all all hyped up, all fancy like how we would love it to be. Maybe we just go for the points right now. Okay, so Smurf, right now, right, from what I mean, of course, we have been progressing well to a certain point, right? Our best front three at the moment. Who would you put in our front three?
Of course, Garnacho, Rashi. It's going to be a tough one. The other one, Vigros is. I think I would hope that Marshall is fit, and then I'll put fit Marshall up front.
Marcel, okay, let's just take Marcel out of the picture, right? As the president of Marcel FC right now, I'm benching him. I'm putting him in the sidelines, right? I don't really think at this moment he's reliable. All right, he's like today. I was actually looking forward to the game. I wanted to see the trio of Rashford, Sancho and Marcel performing, but then obviously a big letdown. So if Marcel aside, who would you actually put in the number 9 position, and who would you put in the left and also in the right?
I would actually try. I'll still go with Rashi on the left because he has been performing on that particular side. On the right, probably. I mean, yeah, I've not really seen Garnacho play much on the right or so forth, but I think he can use his right leg, and he would actually do. He should do well on the right. We can always interchange if it doesn't work well because Rashi can go on the right as well. But up front, probably at the moment, Vigros, I think he's not up to expectation as to now. Marshall, as you mentioned, put on the sideline. Sancho, who can also play. I mean, as a forward, for me, he's not proven himself after a long time out. So I think we're going to play with the false nine, probably Bruno or so forth.
True. Okay. Mark, Weghorst, all right. A quick one on Weghorst, all right. Being like 6'7" and whatnot, the height advantage and whatnot, right? But personally, I don't think he's actually utilizing his strength, lah. I mean, his height and whatnot, lah. And then I think maybe he's a bit lost, a bit rigid at this moment, lah. So I don't know. So how do you think that we will actually bring the best out of him at this moment? No doubt he presses well and whatnot. So what do you
I
think?
mean, to be honest, then just let him press well, lah. It's okay, lah. Because I mean, let's be honest, lah. He's not here to come and score 10 goals for us and stuff like that in the next couple of months, lah, right? And we have to just really be honest with ourselves. Like, he came in really just to fill in the shoes, lah, or just to fill an empty seat, lah, right? We were maybe not panic buying, but just like really grabbing whoever we could grab at that point, lah, right? And he's on loan as well, so that's why it's like I'm not too concerned about him because like I hope they don't go and buy him during the summer, lah. That'll be damn awkward, lah. But as he stands now, of course, there's no buy clause, right, from his loan. There's no buy clause.
Done.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Yeah. So just use him as much as we can. No? If he presses well, then use him. But if you look at it just now, also, right, he was very slow, lah. Very. I mean, I guess it comes with the height as well. So like, he's not as fast. And honestly, we don't have the best crosses now in the game as well, lah. So
Exactly.
give him the benefit of the doubt on the headers first as well, also, lah, right? So just utilize him to the very best that he can. If he's good at pressing, then just continue using him to press, lah. It's okay.
What's the point of pressing? What's the point of pressing the whole entire game, but we don't have the end product? This is exactly what I'm going to talk about Anthony once again. He is doing his tricks on the right hand side. But I mean, yeah, he doesn't come. I mean, look at Garnacho. Garnacho came in and made an impact. Exactly. He was basically doing it. He was dribbling up front. He made a pass to Shaw and to Rashi, and their pop second goal comes in. But this is what our other forwards are failing to do. They are failing on this particular thing.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to
passing the ball back to the midfield, back to the flanks, and either lose the ball or so forth.
Our best source of attack, right, and supply crosses was from bloody Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That was, I think,
hats off to him. Hats off to him, really.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, but no, hats off to him and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But I'm not making excuses for our forwards. We really need serious help in the department, right? I mean, but obviously it's going to be tough to buy somebody that we want on the long term in the January market, right? I know there was like some rumors on Gakpo and everything, I'm glad he didn't come because like they all there really makan telur, happy belated Lip Chun to them, like, but the thing is, like, it's more like, since we already have him, right, just use him for whatever. Yeah, of course he's a striker, he's supposed to score. I get it. Of course, I agree as well, but he's not. We all know that he's not that kind of like the Van Nistelrooy guys. The predator instinct, the the guys who's going to score goals. You see, so like just use him for the next couple of months. At least he fills in the space. At least he helps defensively, because winning the ball in the midfield and giving us a chance up front also is important. You see, right? And then come summer, hopefully by then we really like grab a proper forward, that can at least help us, next season.
Don't forget Pelistri on right wing. Yeah, exactly. It's been a while
We have
since I
seen
came
this
live,
guy,
so
lah.
I haven't been
We have
clicking
seen
on the
Pelistri
comments.
play a few times. Well, like I always said, from those were the days. I think it was last season's friendlies, pre-season friendlies. This guy has shot talent, but he needs a little bit more opportunity given to him, more faith given to him to prove himself, and then I think yes, he would actually come into the first team or so forth. But for now, to just bring him in just like that, I think it has to be gradually done. We can't put pressure on him. This is what we did to some players, and yeah, after some time they actually wear out and they failed. They failed. So we would want to see him shine. So we got to gradually bring him into the team. So besides that, I think whatever the case is, this Anthony guy is really pissing me off today. It's really pissing me off today.
Remember,
Yeah.
what's the Chinese New Year resolution, all right? No more angry.
Yeah. Yeah,
No
but then
angry.
I know his capability. I forgive him.
No, question. How much more time would you give Anthony to be the starting 11, the starter for the right wing, before you put someone
Okay,
like
let me put it this way. When did Garnacho start being active or playing a lot in the first team? Which season? Let me ask you this question, Doc.
This season, right?
This
I think
season.
this season.
Yes, correct. And when did Anthony start? Almost the similar time.
Yep.
Almost similar time. Who is shining?
Exactly.
Who is shining more than the other one? So yeah, we got
Garnacho came from the youth system. Did he come in from the youth system?
Yeah. He came in
Yeah.
from the youth
definitely.
system.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
correct.
came from the youth
But then
system.
yes, but doesn't matter. They both started into the first team, not first 11, into the first team about the same time. And basically, if Garnacho can perform at this level, what about Anthony? We paid hell of a lot of good money for him. But
Agree.
with this performance, what more time do we want to give him? We are a team that moving forward. We are not going to sit down and basically think, okay, we give him time and give him time and give him time. Exactly what we did with Marshall, with Maguire, and so forth. This is all got to be history.
Come on, lah. Don't put Martial, don't put Nani in the same sentence as Anthony. Okay?
Nani.
For those who don't know, lah, we were actually chatting in our WhatsApp group, lah. Some guys were comparing Nani to Anthony, lah. Come on, lah.
No,
Nani,
please lah. Don't put Anthony in Nani's category lah. Nani is far a much better player compared to this guy. Yes, exactly.
Agree.
Okay, Mark, maybe you want to add something a bit more on Anthony before we move on to the next topic, all right? I mean, one of our assets is our pace players like Rashford and whatnot, and also Bruno Fernandes when we are on a break and whatnot. Do you realize, that he actually slows us down? Anthony actually slows us down.
Actually, to me, that's the biggest frustration, lah. Like, you call him whatever the hell you want to call him, like 1 trick pony, 2 trick pony, My Little Pony, whatever, like, doesn't matter, right? The point is, right, if you watch today's game, right, there's so many, I think at least 2, 3, or even 4 instances, right, we were literally on the counter, and then Anthony gets the ball, because the bugger, I cannot use this term, like, in the WhatsApp group, I can use, but I cannot use this term live, lah, right? His right leg is like a bleep, lah, right? He stops the ball. Yeah, because he cannot cross with his right leg. He cannot do anything with his right leg. Honestly, he cannot do anything with his right leg. So he always stops the ball. Exactly. We really bought 100 million. He didn't even do the fidget spinning thing.
He didn't even do that. He did that once.
Correct. He should have just done this fidget spinning thing. At least worth our money, like it's like you go to the circus, you see some fidget spinner, you happy also. Right? And that's, I think, to be honest, that's the most frustrating part. Does he have a damn good left foot? Yes, he does. But it's so easy to read, right? People just block off his left. You take all the right you want. Nothing he can do. They leave him there, let him slowly kick also, he's not going to bother.
Okay, someone else actually said it, my third leg stronger than Anthony's right leg.
we will never know lah. Maybe it's the same as his right leg also for all we know. But yeah,
No,
I think that's the biggest frustration with Anthony lah.
no lah. There was certain games that he actually did cross with his right leg, but what is stopping him from using his right leg, I really do not know.
Exactly.
It's not that he can't, he can. I mean, it's not going to be as perfect or as good as his left, but yeah, sometimes you just got to do what is unexpected on the pitch. If you're going to come into the pitch and do the same trick week in, week out, everybody's going to know what you're going to do. It's so predictable.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's so easy to defend. It's so easy to defend Anthony. It's too easy to defend Anthony already.
No, I mean, last time, right? I mean, I'm gonna jump the gun a bit. Mason Greenwood used to do something like this, cutting into the left and then shooting. But then the way that Mason Greenwood shoots and Anthony shoots, right? Anthony always picks the same spot, pretty much always the same spot, either maybe slightly higher or whatnot, right? But then Mason Greenwood is a bit more versatile. We'll talk about that later a bit, right? So we got a comment here by Doc. Rashford is saving us. So once in a while, selfish. Okay, lah. Okay, so in the Telegram group, they were commenting as well. Rashford, okay, Rashford, no doubt he's full of confidence right now. Of course, scoring goals, which is very, very good. But then, do you realize, or do you think in a way that he's being selfish in a way? He's trying to chase some kind of record or whatnot, or trying to, carry the weight of scoring the goals on his shoulders alone. Smurf, what do you think?
I think as a forward, you have to be selfish at times. But you have to be selfish at times. I mean, look, those were the this Ruud Van Nistelrooy. He was pretty much selfish, if you ask me. But he delivered the goods. So that's the most important. But what I feel that in the United current team now is basically we are heavily relying on Rashford's goals. Yes, Casemiro, Fred, they do come and score 1-2 occasionally. But we need more. We need more. Another player that I would like to touch on is Bruno. I mean, if it was not a penalty, do you think Bruno would have actually scored today? I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, we have seen this guy is good, but he needs additional spark to actually he needs that spark to actually perform. He's not giving his 100%, or he has lost his touch, or maybe is it because we are overutilizing him that he is tired or so forth. But he needs to up his game one more gear for me. Yeah, so that is for Bruno, because he has not been the Bruno that we used to know when he came to United. When we used to say that, okay, the team is on Bruno's shoulders. I mean, now it's on Casemiro, it's on Rashi. So why did Bruno move back? We did him. We need to say that the team is on several players' shoulders to move forward. So for me, I think Bruno is another letdown. Besides the goal, he was another letdown to me. He needs to up his game a little bit more spark, and I think that will be better for the team.
Maybe his role is a bit different compared to when he just came to United at that time. At that time, that he was like being cowboy, he can do whatever he wants and whatnot. Maybe right now, the way that Eric Ten Hag plays, right, pretty much govern him to certain roles and certain things that he can do and certain things that he cannot do. What do you think, Smurf?
I think looking at Eric Ten Hag's football, it's a lot of pressing and it's also a lot of express yourself. I mean, if Garnacho can come in to the team as a young lad and express himself, Martinez, who is a new signing, our defender, coming to the team, play that well and express himself. If you see Varane running up with the ball, moving up with the ball and expressing himself by passing to the flanks, I mean, what? Why can't Bruno just add that spark to his game and express himself? Because at the end of the day, you're playing for the team, and you just have to do it for the team. You have to express yourself on the pitch. So this is what I see Bruno has been lacking, not in this game only. I mean, besides the penalty, in several games, he has been lacking of that. I mean, I'm comparing the Bruno that we have now to the time that when he just joined Manchester United. So what happened to that Bruno?
Okay, we got a comment by Justin Sean. Doc, this goes out to you, okay? But when you have options right and left, think wisely before skying a volley or pass when you have two defenders in front of you, not to shoot just because you're in the form of your life. I don't think he is in his form of his life, to be honest.
No, but
Pretty much
I
the same
don't
player,
agree.
but he's scoring goals. his
I don't
scoring
agree
goals.
with this comment. I mean, like, yeah, moving forward, you always will have options, right? Regardless, you always have options, right? It doesn't mean that you have to always take that option, right? The name itself also is called options, ma. Options means that you get to choose either to shoot or to pass, you see, right? The thing about this sometimes is then when he doesn't shoot, then people will start hey, why you never just shoot, you know? Because when you make the pass as well, so
Rashford, no one really talks about Rashford not taking the shot, lah. I don't think so. I mean,
yeah, but I
personally.
mean, in all fairness, you see, if you want a player to play well, you have to trust the player as well, right? You have to trust the player to make the best decision, right? We are talking about this is called a hindsight bias. Just because he missed on hindsight, then he should have made a pass. But if he scored, wow, that was such a good shot. Why didn't he make the? It's called hindsight bias. You see, it doesn't make sense because if he would have scored, nobody would have gone and say like, hey, he should have made a pass because he had two options, right? At that split decision, he's a professional. He has to make the choice. We have to trust him to make the right choice.
Right, maybe option wrong word, but there's always better options rather than going for a harder goal. But anyway, okay,
Never know.
let's move on
Okay.
to the next player. Let's talk about Fred. All right, let's talk about Fred. Okay, so I mean, you talk about previous seasons and whatnot. He's one of the players that we used to give him a lot of stick and whatnot. Okay, but this time around, I think we are seeing a much more improved Fred, whereby he can actually read the game well. He can run into spots and also, of course, scoring goals. I think just now he almost scored a goal as well. So, Mark, what's your take on Fred's progression right now as a Manchester United player?
I think he's awesome. To be honest, like I think we've seen him progress quite steadily, right? I mean I think we've came on quite a few times as well also and praised him as well also, right? You can see like from like I say, like maybe just me, I don't know, maybe you guys can leave in the comments as well. So I feel like he's a lot more focused. I feel like he's like he has put himself in very good positions in the last couple of games as well, right? Um so I hope he continues. I believe there was some rumors as well, also that he may be sold. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should keep him because I think it's good to at least have that option in the midfield, to have a Fred option in the midfield as well. So,
I mean, we criticize Bruno ke Rashid. I'm confused. Stay confused, my friend. Stay confused.
But this admin
No,
Gomba
don't
selalu
batu aku kan.
confused punya. It's okay.
Jangan
we
batu aku.
criticize Emin Gomba. We criticize Emin Gomba.
Okay, Smurf, maybe you want to add on. What's your take on Fred's performance so far? Because I believe you were quite critical of him. I mean, last time lah.
I see that at the moment I see that he has shown purpose to his game. I mean, he's just not going running like a wild bull and tackling and probably giving faults away right in front of our penalty areas and so forth. I mean, I see this guy coming out with more purpose of the game. I think I mean that I would say probably ETH the trainers basically telling him what he needs to do to improve his game. So and likely he's following suit, or I mean he's following their instructions, taking advice from here and there. Yeah, I think that if he keeps this up, play besides Casemiro for some time or so forth, I think he should do well. It's just that I wish that I were to see more of Fred, the good Fred, comparable to the last season's Fred, where he was probably a circus clown.
Okay, question by Caleb Tan. What do you guys think about Anthony? Okay, in a nutshell.
Ini saya mau bagi tahu ini Caleb Tan. I think right. We have spoken about Anthony just now as well. I mean at the start of this live show. So therefore, I mean we don't mind repeating it again, but yeah, you can go
Can
back and
rewatch.
view.
You can
If we
rewatch
miss
the
anything, you can go
expensive.
back and rewatch. Yeah, and then don't forget to click like and also share.
That's right.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, it's a
Anthony was
one-trick
hopeless.
pony, but in a nutshell,
Not
hopeless
impressed.
one-trick pony.
Not
Fidget
impressed.
spinner can only do one time. He can run forward, can cut to the left only, or slow down our attacks and whatnot. And then I think defensive wise, he's actually way better than offensive. Maybe he can find a different role instead of being a right back.
But cannot. AWB is doing perfectly fine, and I think that if Dalot comes back, Dalot will also be doing pretty well there. So, is there a buyback clause for Anthony?
I think Anthony does, if I'm not mistaken.
No lah. I don't
Activate it.
think
Eh.
so lah.
If there is, activate it.
Charlie,
Eh.
you can go and come up with all the clause and stuff. Raj said maybe lah. Okay, Sonic. Okay, Sonic mentioned takes on the red card, guys. Okay, so maybe let's go through Smurf first, lah. Smurf, what's your take? Do you think that is a red card? Because there are opinions that he was just trying to push this. What's the guy's name already? What's the guy? What's the guy's
Huge.
name?
Hughes.
Huge,
Hughes.
huge away. What's your take?
Hughes
I
last
mean,
month.
sadly for me, as long as you lay your hands on your opponent's neck, you put it on your opponent's neck. It can be soft, it can be hard. It is a red card offense, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, I'm not going to be biased about it, and because I'm an MU fan, and my player basically got a red card. But no, I think Casemiro should have known better than that. He is he. I mean, he has played in Real Madrid. He has played with great teams. He's a Brazilian, very senior, very mature player. He should have known better than that. I
So
mean,
how do you?
but yeah, it's just in the heat of the moment, most likely. But nevertheless, it is still a red card, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, the one that actually got agitated was Anthony again, and Anthony.
Oh, like I said,
Unnecessary. Yeah.
I mean, there was somebody who said, don't put the blame on Anthony for the red card. But, well, he started the whole thing. He started the whole chaos towards the end of the game. And basically, I feel that if, for instance, if ETH would have basically looked at his performance more in depth, he should have been subbed at the 45th minute. He shouldn't have came in the second half. Sancho was on the bench. Sancho would have came in, or Garnacho should have came in. And if that would have happened, I mean, Casemiro will be good for Leeds, and Leicester City after that.
So Mark, with the red card incident, right? I think he'll be missing 3 Premier League games, lah. There will be like
As of now,
2
lah.
Leicester, 2 Leeds games, sorry, and then 1 Leicester game, right? So how do you think that will affect our team, knowing that right now, Scott McTominay is injured, Christian Eriksen is injured, and also the new player Sabitzer, Sanitizer is still new to the English Premier League. So what's your take on that?
It's gonna be. I hope Sabitzer adapts fast lah. Because we really depend on Casemiro quite a bit lah. I think like just take the Arsenal game for example lah. He wasn't present for that game as well. So and then we somewhat struggle a bit lah. Right. I think if he was there, we had the full squad. I don't think Arsenal would have stood a chance against us. In all fairness and in all honesty lah. Right. So Casemiro really plays a damn important role in that midfield lah. So. But that few minutes just now that we managed to watch Sabitzer as well, so I feel like it's quite encouraging, right? It's encouraging. Like he's not shy, he's not ashamed to I think he went for one ball up front as well. So he's quite aggressive in that sense. So I think so far most of Eric Ten Hag's signings have been quite spot on lah. Anthony, I don't know lah. Okay lah, I would take Doc's advice lah. Give him some time. Okay lah, I don't know what give him what for what also lah. To be honest, because I feel like his limitation is not the adaptability, is more of the skill, right? You see, with Casemiro, then people say, Casemiro, when he started a bit shaky as well, but it wasn't a skill issue. See, it was just that he wasn't adapted into the team. Yeah, I think he wasn't adapted into the league. I don't know. Because with Anthony, maybe he's going to go for some training or boot camp again or something like that. But best bet, Sabitzer just hits the ground running and we'll be okay lah. Because if not, means it's going to be a very nail biting couple of games lah. I would say in the upcoming games. Yeah.
Okay, so Smurf, how about you? With the coming 3 games, Leeds our rivals, huge games, 2 reverse fixtures and whatnot, and also the Leicester game. So what do you think that the red card incident, Casemiro not available, how would that affect us? And of course, that is definitely going to affect our chances of getting top 4.
Well, I feel that how it's going to affect us is definitely going to affect the team, but the team doesn't revolve against one person. If tomorrow De Gea is injured, I mean, our next goalkeeper, our backup goalkeeper, has to be on top of his game. So whoever who is called upon by ETH to fill in the role of Casemiro I think the game is 4 days from now. Yes, 4 days from now against Leeds at home. I think we are home if I'm not wrong. I mean, that guy yes, of course, we don't expect Casemiro performance, but you have to perform up to a certain level. You have to give your all and impress the manager and the fans as well.
True. I mean, with the system in play right now, I think it's much easier for our players to adapt. All right. I'm sure that Sanitizer Sabitzer is gonna blend in
Okay, put it
quite.
that way, lah. If Fred can adapt, if Fred can actually
Yeah,
perform,
good
okay,
word.
from the last season's Fred, okay, I think it shouldn't be a problem, lah. But Sabitzer, yes. But one thing that you guys were lacking on watching about Sabitzer, yes, he went in for tackles. He went. He I mean, he read certain. He intercepted certain plays. But one thing that we did not see from him was his long balls, or how
No
does he
chance
open
lah,
the
no
game,
chance. Yeah,
creating from the back. I think we failed to see that. Of course, we were one man down. We failed to see that. Our team were more defending, but I just hope that he could actually do it probably 50-60% of what Casemiro does. Then I think we should have a good chance against Leeds
agree,
and
agree,
Leicester
agree.
come the game days,
If he
match
can
days.
actually play, I mean, passing forward, breaking through the defense, like how he did when Leipzig played against us in the Champions League
Mm,
stages, I think it shouldn't be a problem. I think it would be a sight to behold. I'm
yeah,
waiting for that. Obviously, today with our Reka situation, I don't think that he can actually do that. He's more defensively minded and whatnot. Okay, but it's something that we can actually look forward to. Again, a system is in place. This guy, this dude, he knows what he's supposed to do. Eric Ten Hag is, I think he was pretty outspoken about Sabitzer being a player that he's matured and then he has the experience to execute what is needed. So I think we should be fine in that sense. Okay. So okay. Moving on to another topic. Okay, this is something that happened recently. I think about 2 days ago, is it? The Mason Greenwood incident. Okay, we got to talk about this. All right. For those of you that missed the TikTok video that Raj is a lawyer, all right, a pretty damn good lawyer, by the way. So he actually made a video to give his opinion on this particular incident. All right. So maybe let's just run through Mark and also Smurf as well. All right. Mason Greenwood. Okay. Given our situation right now, okay, obviously Weghorst is not firing. He's rigid. He's like another the how to say the another version of Scott McTominay, pretty rigid, tall and whatnot. Right. So right now, I think upfront, like just now, you're saying that we are a bit shaky. I mean, we are lacking quality upfront, right? So, would you actually take Mason Greenwood back in the team right now?
Right now, immediately, next game,
Yeah.
Leeds.
I
No.
mean, if
Uh,
of course, they're investigating
yeah.
and whatnot, but obviously they are just going to ask the sponsors whether they'll be okay if Mason Greenwood comes back in, knowing the Glazers and whatnot. Maybe
from
I think Nike have came out and spoken that, I mean, if I'm not
yeah,
wrong, if I'm right, Nike have came out and spoken that they are probably going to offer him another 3-year contract and also 12 months compensation of his I mean the time that they terminated the contract, his previous contract. So I mean, if Nike were to do that, I mean, if it is true what I read, then I think, yeah, United should actually give him a chance to come back to the team. I mean, he is a good talent. He's a talent. You don't lose talent, you lose stamina. So yeah, give him about 2-3 weeks or maybe a month. I mean, to up his fitness, come back to the team and train with the first team. I think then yes, I would go for him instead of what's his name again? Gross from Netherlands. Yeah, no, I think I'll go with Mason Greenwood if that's the case. I always like that guy. Well, whatever the case is, the law has found him to be innocent. I mean, if they did not prosecute him, he's definitely innocent. I mean, whatever, if there's another story to it, might it be? But what we want to know is he is legal bounded to play. He can play. Therefore, yeah, I think I'll give him some time. 3 weeks, a month, full training, back his fitness, and yeah, come back into the team. He's young, so remember he's young and he should adapt very very quick.
Okay, Mark. So what's your take on that? Would you have Mason Greenwood back? And if he's coming back, do you think that he will adapt? Knowing that Eric Ten Hag is a more of a serious disciplinary. He takes things very seriously, not like only Gunnar Solskjaer. So do you think that he will actually adapt to what the situation is at Manchester United right now?
I think from a commercial standpoint, maybe that's where United's a bit worried, right? To want to bring him back because of the backlash and stuff like that and all. But I think from a footballing standpoint, I think we should definitely have him back. Whatever your take is on the case, right? you can say whatever you want to say. The fact is that the law has said that they stopped pursuing the case, right? Because there's no new evidence and stuff like that as well. So I think we should not go ahead and do things like trial by social media and stuff like that and everything as well. We let the law do what it needs to do, and we let them go ahead with that, right? We focus on the football aspect of things. If he's allowed to play, I think we should just let him play, right? At the end of the day, it's a club. If the club allows legality and everything is okay, let him play, right? And then the other thing is when he does come back, and I say if he can come back, I think he has a lot to prove. And I certainly hope Greenwood has a very strong mentality, because
Yes.
now, for anything, his confidence has been hit, his name has been hit, right? And he has a lot to prove. So if he comes back, he's willing to put in the work, he's willing to listen to Ten Hag. Hopefully, maybe this is also a humbling experience for himself as well, also, right? So hopefully that with all this into consideration, because it can backfire as well, because of the expectation on him. Because we all know, like, before he stopped, he was so good, and then suddenly if he come back, it doesn't fire, then the whole thing pressure can go south very very quickly as well. So just support him as much as we can lah. If not means nothing good to say, then don't say anything lah. That's what I have to say lah.
True. At least to finish up this season, and then whatever that happens later. Whether I think there are some rumors that he plans to go to China and whatnot. Okay, later only we figure out, right?
Yeah.
Because again, footballers and whatnot, right? I mean, if you talk about our legends, Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs and whatnot, they are not shy of drama and all this kind of stuff. It's just that, fortunately, during that time, there was no social media and whatnot. We don't have all this kind of stuff going on, right? So
We
what
don't
we
have
are,
individual investigators. We
Yes.
are all investigators here.
so fans of football, let's just stick to what happens in the football pitch, right? So yes,
Yep.
bring him back, let him finish off this season, and then we will, whatever we can sell him, cut ties or whatever, fine. We just figure out later.
Lain
right?
cerita that one.
Yeah.
lah. But I think what admin said is very very true. Mason
What-
come back lah. Nak harap Marshall
Oh,
hancur.
that's all. Mason come back lah. All right.
Bagus, Pijan. Bagus.
All right. So guys, round robin, man of the match. Smurf, who is your man of the match?
I'll give it to Martinez today. I mean, yes, we leak a goal. But that guy was on top of his game today. I mean, without him, probably we might have leaked a bit more. So yes, to Martinez. He played his heart out now.
Okay, Mark, man of the match.
For me, it's gonna be Fred lah. Really mad respects to him. I mean, like, I think he is also the three lung Fred lah, I'll call him. Fella really can run. He's a power, really workhorse lah, right? He did well defensively. He put in pretty good tackles as well, also in the midfield, right? And then he put himself in pretty decent situation as pretty decent positions as well, especially inside the box. And like you say, he nearly scored as well, also, right? Unfortunately, he went to the side of the net. Actually, I wouldn't put it past him. I think, to be honest, I think I sort of agree with Smurf as well. So I think Martinez did very well as well. So, and also credit where credit is due lah. I think David De Gea also did very well lah. You can see he's so much more confident, right? He came out for the ball, as in he came out for the ball multiple times, right? From crosses, from balls that are there, and it's just so much more pleasant to watch United play now. Like now, if they lose, right? At least they lose fighting, right? So, but for me, I would say Fred, man of the match.
It was hard, right? Mark, to be honest, was it hard to choose a man of the match?
It's hard. Honestly, it's hard.
Yeah.
I also, it's between Martinez and Fred for me, honestly. But
For
I
me,
have a
it was
soft.
between
I have a
Martinez,
soft spot.
Fred, De Gea. Because
Yeah, I would say that.
I mean, you saw that save that save he made. I
Yes,
think it
the
was
header.
the last minute.
Yeah.
Because if that went in, then we would have actually
Finish.
drew the game. So
Same like last.
So it was really hard to choose between these three today, based on performance. But I'm on Martinez, Mark is on Fred, and Dom. Who do you
David De
go
Gea,
for?
man.
Marshall.
Hey, don't very smart, serious. David De Gea for me. Actually, I'm more impressed of the save. I think early on before the red card incident, right? I think Crystal Palace didn't really challenge us much. but there was one particular save that actually David De Gea dived to the left, right? He pushed the ball outwards.
No, he dived to the left and he pushed the ball. I mean, he pushed the ball not right in front of him where a rebound can
Yes.
actually happen,
Correct,
but he actually
correct.
circulated it right to the left hand
Yeah.
side where, and I think I'm not sure who went and get it and cleared it out. So yeah,
Yeah.
very very good save. And
I think this is
Actually,
a very good trait of a good goalkeeper, because it's at times when the ball, you're not under constant pressure. There's no attacks and whatnot. You can actually lose your concentration and whatnot. But then he can actually make the decision right. I mean, Dog is not here already. He went and Tido
no,
already.
no more.
So that's
no,
why I can say
but I
this
have
kind
to
of
say,
only now. All right,
Luke Shaw,
don't keep this. All right.
Luke Shaw
Okay,
also
so
did very well in the game.
Luke Shaw, yes,
I have
exactly.
to say also, Luke Shaw also did very well in the game.
Well,
Aaron
if you say Luke Shaw
Wan-Bissaka as
did
well.
well, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka also did very well in the
Also,
game.
honestly,
So
also defensively
yes,
he did
Defensive
well.
yeah.
Moving
wise,
forward
yeah.
also, yes. Both of
But I
them
think
actually did defensive well, and then moving forward also they did very well. So
but we better don't start confusing ourselves like admin Gomba. I'm on Martinez. Mark is on Fred, and Coach Dom
Yeah.
is on David De Gea, and Doc is not around.
Okay, let's just end tonight's one with this comment, lah, right? This team is starting to feel like the team of the old. Yeah, from the bottom to the middle, yes. Okay, the upper part not there yet, lah. Not there yet, lah. We still got to
okay,
figure out which.
slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, slowly, lah. But the main thing is, of course, the defense is solid now, lah. At least it gives us a composure there, lah. Right. And with that, guys, thank you so much for joining us. All right, like usual, please like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next episode with Smurf. All right. Smurf basically signed a contract with us saying that he will be consecutively.
Nike won Grayson Greenwood, so I signed I accepted the contract. Wow.
Yes, yes. And then basically, this is your Chinese New Year resolution. Okay. You're going to be with us for the next 5 games now, right? We got no Casemiro, but we got Smurf lah, so it's all good lah.
All right lah.
And also, guys, just a quick reminder: 6th of February, 1958. It was I mean, we all know what happened. Whatever the case is, keep the departed in your press on the 6th of February, 1958. Thanks a lot.
Okay, and with that, good night, guys.